Hey guys, it's Danny here doing my first vlog for Communication Fluency. I'm going to start off talking about the scavenger hunt we did in the library last week during class, and then talk about my thoughts and opinions of chapters 1 and 2 of the theories of human communications. So I'm going into my third year here at Queens, 2 undergrad, and obviously my first in graduate school. And I never knew that the library had all of those online databases to offer us. I knew some of them were there. I've used a few, but not as in-depth as they actually go. I think being taught how to use each individual database and then how to search what we're looking for is extremely useful. But then also going in and doing the scavenger hunt and having to use the databases to search for specific things and where to search them, how to search them, and kind of letting us get used to it before being on our own and not knowing what to do. So yeah, I think it was really useful for us to go in and do the scavenger hunt, and I'll definitely be using those online databases a lot more for research to come. In chapter 1, it talked a lot about theory of communication, and I thought it was extremely interesting that there's not one set definition of communication, because there's really not. There's many different types of communication, and they can all be interpreted in many different ways. Body language has a lot to do with it, the way your face looks, the tone in your voice. It all has something to do with how your message is then interpreted, and then the feedback you get from that. I thought it was also interesting that in the academic study of communication, it says that communication is essentially an organizing element of human life. It constitutes reality, and how we communicate about our experience helps us actually shape that experience. So if I had this awesome adventure experience and then I want to go and tell you about it, if I'm able to communicate it the way that I felt it and saw it and how it happened to me, you're going to understand it better than if I'm just like, oh yeah, hey, I went on this awesome boat ride down a waterfall. And you're going to be like, oh, wow, cool. But if that's all I tell you, you're not really going to get the same thrill out of it than as I did. I really enjoyed the first theory and what each category said, but thought they also went hand in hand with each other, but did not like how uniform each specific group was. And I think in the second theory, Dietz's theory, makes them more intertwined, which I believe is more realistic and natural. I also really enjoyed reading about the communication tiers, and how the message is broke down in the first tier, and then in the second tier, it's all about the communicator, the mental process that they go through to communicate their message, and how their different personality characteristics can make how they communicate that message differentiate, and that the nature of relationships created, maintained, disrupted, and destroyed it's all through communication. So the way that you communicate something can really make or break a conversation, or can always be interpreted the wrong way. So picking your word choice is very important, and making sure what you say is what you mean. So this is it for my first vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have some thoughts and opinions to put back into my thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys next week.